Coloring Our Lives is a collection of quotes and spiritual teachings of Supreme Master Ching Hai. In response to the questions of truth seekers, Supreme Master Ching Hai provides insights that are both spiritual and practical. Her suggestions light the way to creating a balance between daily spiritual practice and being an intelligent, talented artist of life. As Supreme Master says, while making good use of every minute of our time to lead a fulfilled, positive, happy life, in the process of learning, we can also use the very lively, animated, and joyous spirit derived from spiritual practice to color our lives. Today we continue to share with you the wise teachings of Supreme Master Ching Hai in excerpts from her book, Coloring Our Lives. Being God or the devil, thinking makes it so. If you don't think of these negative things, they won't exist. That's why I tell you not to watch all those bad movies. Don't watch ghost movies and don't go to see all those mediums. Then you believe, oh, there's a ghost coming inside of him. And then you come home and think, oh, maybe that ghost followed me home. Maybe the ghost thinks I'm handsome. Things like this affect us too. But this is just our feeling. It's not real. Sometimes fear and attachment stop us from doing many things that we originally could have done or would have been able to do if we hadn't felt so afraid or weren't so attached to more comfort and an easier way of life. So try to concentrate all the time on the Buddha, not on ghosts. Be vegan to avoid disasters and lighten the body and mind. No one is innocent. I'm not condemning anyone at all. It's all a process of learning lessons. Learning is very painful. Once you're awakened, however, you see things in a different light, and you know it's all lessons. Look at the mass killing that we do every day in order to keep this body for 100 years. How many lives have to be sacrificed? All the fish people, all the shrimp people, all the chicken people, all the pig people, all the buffalo people? Do you think all this energy will be dissolved without war, without suffering, without physical ailments? Everything we do is recorded in the air. Nothing is lost. It's only diluted with a different energy. It's only equalized by different actions, not lost. For example, if air has already become ice after being water, and if you want it to disappear, you have to put sun rays, a lamp, light or heat on it in order to get it back into the form of air again. So if we've been killing, conducting mass massacres all the time, all these animal people are suffering, and they also have consciousness, thoughts and hateful energy. All this hatred and fear condenses itself into a powerful energy and hangs around in the air. Too much of that will result in mass suffering. We have to pay for everything we use in this physical universe. Therefore, all the masters emphasize following a vegan diet which has the least cost to the various forms of existence. Animal people have life, plants also have life, but they incur the least cost. Just like if you earn only $100 and you want to spend $200, of course you go into debt and you're in trouble. If you try to buy cheap things and satisfy yourself with the minimum cost to live, then you have no worries about debt. That's why we choose the vegan diet. Fruit, nuts, all these things have less crime, less consciousness within themselves. If you take a few nuts from the trees still have plenty of nuts to grow thousands more nut trees. They won't be lost. If you cut a flower or a branch of a vegetable, it will grow even more from that cut stem. even more vegetables will come out of it. So, in this way, we know that the vegan diet is less harmful and incurs less cost. Nowadays, some so-called doctors are still very inclined to the old theory that people need meat to survive. But you can find plenty of books using research from other scientific work and many other doctors who say that meat protein is harmful, toxic, and bad for the body. And they have proven 1,001% of it. So don't listen to one theory alone and be convinced about it. We don't need a meat diet, not at all. No one needs it. Actually, many people are cured of sickness after beginning a vegan diet. Is that courageous enough instead of listening to the other theory? We can be hypnotized into believing in one type of theory and convince ourselves of that theory, and then believe that meat is essential to us. But it's not true. As we all know, most sickness comes from eating meat. Because of the antibiotics fed to animal people, because of the anxiety that produces toxins in animal people's meat. Because we eat all these antibiotics, our body loses its self-resistance to disease. Our body normally can fight disease, but because we're fed so much antibiotic-filled meat, our body becomes weakened and the resistance system goes out of order. Therefore, any kind of disease affects us and ends our lives. It's a pity. Now, most people think that if we pray to Jesus or Buddha, that's enough. But I think we should add to it meditation and a virtuous, wholesome way of life. Then we speed up our wisdom and liberation. For example, if we practice together in our method, which we call the Kuan Yin method, just listen to the instructions of God within, see the wisdom of God with a heavenly eye, and keep a vegan diet and a virtuous way of life, then we fear no sickness. Many of our initiates overcome sicknesses overnight. I mean dangerous ones normally needing operations or resulting in death. Some people just come back from the deathbed out of the power of their virtuous life and the power of the Godhead that protects them. If we open this power within through a correct technique, then that power, which we call the Buddha nature, or Buddha within us, or God within us, will protect us 24 hours a day and will protect us even after we leave this body.
No to vegan, because you don't want to understand the part that says, "Be thou not among meat eaters and wine drinkers" in the Bible.
Gentle viewers, thank you for your company today for words of wisdom.